Mahila. So, all day yesterday, the adder tried to turn me against Liz the entire day. I went to Freddy's, got a fry. I went to Olive Garden, got extra meatballs. I did everything I could to counter what was going on. I got in my car. It smelled like aftershave from the Freddy's, trying to say that everyone has a key now, including Liz, and all of the watchmen have keys. And it's like you're waiting on one, as they say in the military, waiting on one. And that's how the adder comes after me with stuff like that. Um, and I talked to Bronson last night. He was talking about JWW and that at the wedding, Bronson was good friends with JWW. And he said, nice play because of the Six Flags ride that got stuck, the Supergirl ride that got stuck. So he was very subtle, said, nice play about JWW. And that they were friends because JWW had all of Holland's money and knew Bronson. And at the wedding, Bronson almost fought George Jr. because he is the it character. And he said they don't let you get too close to it, if you know what I mean. You know, talking about Area 51 because that's what I was talking about. And I even said if I were in jail or in Africa or in the islands, then how would I have seen the Christmas star? He said, have you ever been to Africa? Isn't South Africa, is that in South, or is that in Africa? I said, yes. And this was part of the New Jersey connection of who the actual Ben Hur being used is, which is the old man that comes here. Not Tom Rogers, but this Italian that comes here. He's my friend, and he is used by Bronson as Ben Hur through the Lee's famous recipe. Bronson does it different. All of his Ben Hurs serve a purpose and are connected to me and my family. That's how he does the Ben Hur because I was able to get him his key out of jail, which is the Lee's famous recipe in graduating mental health court. So he is actually connected to a good Ben Hur, but it was hacked yesterday by the adder, and that's what the adder said to me. Now, um, I'm not against Liz at all. If she has a key, that's great, but she already has a key, which is from Gondel and Robert Shaw, her reincarnations, that she is living her key right now, and she is very affected by the Charlotte system of America, the mark of the beast, and she doesn't go down for nobody. And I'm worried that she's in a house that has guns. I don't like that. And Dawn had display guns at the house in Louisville, Joe Don Court. If you're ever in Louisville, you should go there and visit. But there's a gate at the entrance. I don't know if it still is functional, but it's Joe Don Court in Louisville. It's on a hill, and they lived in another house. I don't know that address, but that's where Floyd was, and down the street, and that was one of Don's friends. But um, in that house was kind of like Inception in the basement, a little bit of Inception with video games that Mitch would play down there. And I remember Rocco's Modern Life on the TV upstairs, and it had a nice breezeway to go out to the backyard, very nice. And I remember Toy Story in one of the rooms that was where we would sleep upstairs. It was two floors, a basement and a main floor. Um, and that was the first house in Louisville, and that was kind of in the city, a neighborhood in the city, very very nice. And then Jodon Court was kind of like the mansion, but it was just a big house, And there were toads at the entrance of the pillars. There were these holes in the brick pillars at the bottom, and that's where the toads were. And um, I know that Briseis is in the Sterling House in Lexington. She's at 107 Sterling at the Mark of Versailles in Jessamine County, in Fayette County. She's at that dividing line of 107 Sterling. That's where Briseis is. And she's safe there and has a lot of space. That house was built by Holland, and he put his life's work into that house. And there was a leak in Danny's room, but I'm sure they fixed it by now because of the pool. Very nice house, very nice pool and everything. That would be a safe location if you ever need somewhere to go. And I know that Cody has guns. I don't like that. He has a expensive rifle. It doesn't suit him at all. It's just loco. I don't like it. And Amendment 2, I follow by what it meant in the code. That's how I follow Amendment 2. And that's by being a goat or ram spirit and having a policy. I've done it through an earth system of being as a Hopi Native American mixed with Apache Native American. And I had two necklaces of Apache warriors that I wore to tapas whenever I got with Liz. And so yesterday was a big day to come after me because it was the Bob Knight 8-day symbolism. Now, teammates, we are after tonight. It'll be 6 days in Earth of the Sean Bean and Pierce Brosnan 006 007 Earth symbolism is tonight at midnight. So that's something to look forward to get past the covenant. And that'll be over with at midnight tonight in 6 days. So good job, everybody. And we're getting through it. The house I'm getting used to. It's all right. It's kind of like a ranch house. I like it. I do. I like it. I have no closet. The shower is kind of like a stack style with the room and the restroom. It's kind of like 1, 2, 3. It's like it's a little bit of EA because it's kind of like there's not much room to have space. So it's a little bit of EA, but the rest of the house is so nice. And the pool is very, very nice. Me and my mom call it refreshing. And that makes up for my room. Now, there's 2 rooms that are next to mine, and then the master, kind of like 2 dining rooms and the family room, good kitchen. And that's pretty much it. There's a toilet with a bidet, which I don't like because I think it's kind of weird. I've never used one of those. but that's what my dad likes. And then there's an office with a couch, a very nice office, like a man cave type office for my dad. And he is going to like that. And it's just a cool house in a gated community. It's kind of like a small house for the neighborhood, and it's off of Rainbow Street, which I don't know why Rainbow is over there when there's already a big Rainbow in Las Vegas, which is the street that all of the prostitutes are on, and Chinese restaurants. And there was an old Hooters on that street, but they shut it down. And that's over by Lake Mead and goes all the way and turn. When you turn onto Lone Mountain, then you're at Santa Fe, and that's where Blue was. That's where I found Blue. And the big loop that I would do was Cheyenne to Lone Mountain. And there was a restaurant up there that had a Chinaman that was serving cheeseburgers. Very good. Very big ones, too. Kind of like Mondo Burger. And they shut it down during COVID-19. And so there's this other Rainbow Street, which is in the desert by where I live, in kind of like northwest Las Vegas, and that's where my house is, and but it's off of that street in this gated community, and there's nothing over there, no gas station, nothing. There's no food over there. You have to travel kind of a little bit. The closest thing is Decatur, and that's where the McDonald's is, the Chili's, and Geisha House, all of that. And so last night I talked to somebody at the bar about the Jews in California and told him about West Point, and he works here. I was talking to him, and then I think he was on an acid trip, and I tried to level him out, and that was the one that died. I could tell that he was kind of unsteady a little bit when I went to the restroom. So then when I got back, I talked to him at the bar, and that's what I was trying to say, is that the adder is using the women's seed, their seed, as Grox would say, against them, and is putting in all of this other stuff like perch, like Scooby perch, or Granby perch, like a bird, and things like that. And we also had a huge huge of the Isaiah 51, Judy Dench, huge Han. I woke up and the other day in the casita. This was the day before we moved, and I had this huge revelation of what the AL81 and the Chinese Chinese MSG meant, and it was shocking. I went very deep with it, and it was like my whole life was summed up in that moment of when I did the Bible live. So I was very pleased, very, very pleased. Thank you so much for everyone who helped with that. I just want to thank everyone for doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing on YouTube's. After tonight, we got 6 days. That's it. And then it'll be time to recover and a time of healing and a time of rest. Thank you. Have a good night.